Beyond the Fairway podcast presented by Genesis. It is a beautiful day here. Edgewood, Tahoe, co-homie with me. We got J.R. Smith coming in here, and this is one of the more interesting conversations I think, we'll get to in our show. I'm excited to bring this to our listeners out there. But before we really talk Open Championship and get to our picks, Will, this is your 12th year at the American Century Championship, man. How has this tournament grown or you grown? What's it like being here 12 years in a row?
I think, it's funny that you kind of see the progression of this tournament as it matures, and given the fact that even in my aspect progression, I was a caddy, now I'm
still a caddy.
Still a caddy. Thank you for reminding me of that. But I was a caddy, and now we have a show here. So I remember just being on the range with my bib, saying, man, I would love to have maybe be range side or maybe walk the greens or walk the fairways. And we here. We're here, bro.
No, you here. Congratulations. You've done everything but play now. So we got some work to do to get Will Lowry out here
exactly.
in the field in coming years. But we'll talk about the Open Championship. It's 150th Open, huge number. It's at St. Andrews, star-studded field like usual. Headlining is Tiger Woods, of course. It's Tiger. Everybody, we're gonna talk about Tiger. I think this is probably, if Tiger's gonna win a major, this is it.
Bro, this has to be.
This is it.
This has to be the one this might be the last chance of him winning a major. Not saying if there's a chance of him winning a major. This might be the last opportunity of him winning a major. Yeah. He targeted this event because one, it's a flat course for him to walk. It's not strenuous on his back. So
or leg.
Or leg. But however, if I say I have all my Tiger might in rooting for this guy this week, this is the year that I'm rooting for Tiger more than ever.
Okay, I like that. I don't hate the pick with Tiger Woods, but let's go ahead and get to it. We'll talk about who we picking on the back end, but without further ado, I am excited to bring this up, man. Let's go beyond the fairway with J.R. Smith.
Smitty.
Beyond the fairway back again. Will Lowry, special guest J.R. Smith is in the building. J.R., what's cracking, man?
Hey, no, what's happening?
Shoot, you see it. We out here just living. We trying to be like you. That's what it is.
Hey, JR, I'm so curious to see this man gonna keep his Brian Gumble voice for you.
No, it's not. No,
this is so funny because typically when we have other people on, he turns Mark Gumble-ish. I'm like, all right, he doing it. But with you, I'm gonna see how long it's gonna last.
I hate you so much. Man. That's why I hate Will. JR, let's start from the beginning, man. Look, you from Newark, New Jersey. You played in the league 16 years. That's impressive as hell. Just right there, the fact that you had that longevity in the league. How did you even pick this game up?
I picked it up with Moses Malone, man. I was working out in Houston.
Hold on. Moses Malone?
Yeah, the OG, man. Rest in peace, man. Hall of Famer Moses Malone, man.
Nice.
I was out there in Houston working out with John Lucas, who was in the gym every day. Me, Steve Francis, Tino Mobley, all these dudes. T-Mac and all of them, and Rashard Lewis was in there. So Rashard Lewis, being from Houston, he had started his first foundation event, and his first foundation event was a golf hour. So he got Clyde Drexler, all the legends to come out and whatnot. And, I ain't play golf, but I told him I'd come out and show love and show support or whatever. So ride around on the cart, have a couple of drinks.
That's it.
Girls and shit. And I pulled up on Moses Malone group, and he like, man, young fella, you talking all this stuff, man? Come hit this ball. You talking all this stuff. I was like, man, I don't even play golf, man. I know I'm better than y'all. I get up on the tee box, show me how to hold the club. I'm watching the dudes hit it 10 yards. One dude barely hit the ball. I'm like, oh, my God. So I get up there, hit that jump 300 yards down the fairway, first swing.
Stop it.
That's a lie.
No, straight up.
Cap. Cap.
Straight up. He's like, man, hell no. They going off. I throw the club. I'm talking. Pull off in the cart. We'll have a couple more drinks or whatever. I come back. He talking all day, man. He's telling everybody, man, you ain't gonna believe it. That's the first time he ever hit it. Do it again. Like I'm Happy Gilmore or something. I'm like, all right. I get up there, try to hit again, bro. I barely hit the ball, bro. After that, I said, oh hell no. Nah. I played the rest of that day with them. It was like another 5 holes left that they had or something like that, 4 holes. I finished out with them, and I went straight to the golf store, got me a whole new set, bro. So I get the whole set, right? So mind you, this is the joint didn't get over to like 435. So I drive down Westheimer, I go get a whole new set of clubs. I buy the first Nike Sasquatch, the big fat back joint.
That's the square one?
The square joint.
Jones, like a frying pan, you hit that jump. So I get out, I go back to the range. I'm like, nah, I'm going right back to the course. It's like 5:30 now. It's getting dark. I'm in this junk. A dude who was like a head pro or something like that, assistant pro. He come up to me like, man, what are you doing hitting with those? I'm like, what you mean? Like, I just bought a set of clubs my first time.
That's right.
He's like, yeah, you shouldn't be hitting these. You should left. I went and got the TaylorMade R7. Straight up. Went to the range the next morning at like 7 a.m. and I was hooked ever since.
So hold on. So you bought 2 brand new drivers in what, a 5-hour period?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Hey, I love how golf humbled your ass so quick though.
Oh man. It was like not even 45 minutes. It was like, oh nah, you ain't about to do me like that.
The golf guys was like, man, his ass need to hurry up and get on back up on his tee box.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry about it. He gonna get it as soon as he come back up here. Don't worry about it. We got him.
But was it one of those things, Jay, where you kind of like, damn, this was easy the first time I did it, and then it's hard. So did that bring you back, or was it like, I'm about to master this shit regardless, and that's why you came back?
Nah, I felt like I needed to master it regardless. That's why I wanted to come back for real. Because once I finished the little round with them, whatever holes it was left, they was telling me about the different clubs that go different distances and all of this. So I'm like, oh, this is like a whole. So I'm chipping, I'm putting, and all of this. I'm blowing the 25 feet past. I'm hitting 5 feet to it. I'm thinking it's too fast, too slow. I don't know what I'm doing.
So now let me ask you a question. So did you think like, I got to get some lessons? Or, I mean, do you have a coach right now?
Yeah, I got a coach now, yeah.
Who you work with?
I ain't gonna name drop nobody, man. I ain't gonna do him like that, but he been looking out, man. He a good guy, man.
Okay, all right.
These pops, and I'm working with this guy. My man Jason and Lance. They out of Jupiter Hills, but my last lesson was with JT Pops. I got 2 lessons with him before.
Okay. Okay.
I got 2 lessons with him. Right after he won it, Pops came home. They was chilling or whatever. Got 2 lessons with him. Then they went back out on the road and they played in the what's the one Rory just won?
Canadian Open.
The Canadian Open.
Canadian Open, and I was working with him, and he. It's funny because for me, like people always say, you don't want to take too much information and going to this instructor, going to that instructor. I do it because I haven't been around the game long enough, and they've all been around the game 30, 40 years. So anything that they see and might translate and might click to me, I try to use it. I try to, even if it don't, like I know offhand when it don't feel right. You know what I'm saying?
Let's talk about not feeling right. So how does your IQ in basketball translate to your IQ in golf?
Now,
now everything. I go for everything, bro. Like I'm always pinched. That's my biggest problem. Like when I'm playing at my best, I don't go for the pin. I hit center at every green. But my ego with making shots, I'm a shot maker. And I can make, for me in basketball, I feel like I can make any shot on the court. I could be out of bounds, I was going to go in. I could be falling out of bounds, it's going to go in. I could be falling out of bounds with 2 hands in my face and get fouled, and it's still going to go in.
It's the thing going in.
So if the wind blowing this way and this one, I hit this. I'm going to muscle this 6-iron to that tight 5 feet and knock this eagle in. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't work like that. It don't. But that's just the state of my game, man. I got to get my ego out of it.
Getting out of it and getting into it. Golf is one of those things that can put you into a lot of conversations that you have no business being a part of. When you came into the game, there's a certain degree of celebrity that you have that kind of probably made it a little bit easier to kind of transition than some other folks. But what are some of those hurdles other than just getting clubs that you had to jump when you took on, hey, I'm about to play this game?
Oh man, like for me, like I didn't even realize, like I knew it growing up, like golf was a quote unquote white sport, and but when you go to like when I first went to my first country club, it was like that was an experience. Like it was like it felt like Get Out to me, bro. It was like whoa, Like I walked in, music stopped playing, people look. I'm like,
That's about right.
How's everybody doing? Like I gotta speak to everybody. Everybody just looking at like, hey, what's going? Everybody good? Everybody's going on? Okay, cool. Just a random token black guy just walk through. I wanna,
don't be alarmed. Just a Negro.
Don't be alarmed. I'm not gonna. I drove a Benz here. I'm not trying to steal anybody's car. I'm supposed to be here. This is my host. Like
I got my own money. I don't need. But I think that's one thing that gets kind of understated, though. As we talk about growing the game, is that first country club experience as a new golfer, regardless of your stature in society. Like especially being a person of color, you walk in there, like you said, the music does stop. And I guess that's how you overcame it. Like you spoke to everybody, and then it's all love. Like after you get through that initial.
After they realize you're not gonna rob them, it is love.
No, 100%. Like, and it's crazy to me because I gotta go through like this screening before I get to like the love. Like, bro, I'm like, what's up? How you doing? How y'all doing? What's going on? What's your name? Hey, yeah. Your wife is on. What's going on? Y'all want to take a picture? Yeah, come on, let's do it. They're like, oh, he's not like the rest of them. Who's the rest of us?
Right.
Like, what are you talking about?
That's fair though.
Hey, that's fair. That's fair. And all the handshakes is, bro, is just sizing you up.
That's it.
Man.
That's all it is.
But you know what kills me though? The first handshake is real official. It's real,
Absolutely. Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Handshake, bro. What's going on? Like, what's up, dog? Everything good?
Hey, did you notice as you got better, like the welcome changed as well? Because like as you get good at golf, and now you around Rory, you're around JT and other players, like they've co-signed you. So now when you show up, it's a whole different situation.
Right now when he show up, he's giving a head nod. What up?
No, like like I'm JR the golfer now. Like I'm like, oh, what's up? Like you on the range? Oh, okay, what you working on today? Like not know. Oh, what you doing out here? Live around here or like. No, I don't get that no more. It's
no microaggressions anymore. What you saying, Jay?
Yeah, ain't none of that.
Hey, what gets me is that when that brim is on the other side of the head, how it just throws everybody off. Like when I tell you how many times I almost got arrested for my hat on the other side of my head.
Man,
no, it's crazy. Like it throws everybody off into a tizzy. It's crazy.
Bro, I was playing at this really, really quote unquote good golf course one day, right? And I'm not gonna say quote unquote because it's in the top 50. And I'm teeing off 9. I'm teeing off 10, and after playing 9, and you swinging, your shirt come a little untucked. Right. When I tell you they came out the clubhouse like the stormtroopers, like put your shirt in. Like, are those golf shoes? Like, yes, they say Jordan on there, but they golf shoes, bro. Like, you sell them in the pro shop.
but you had them on. It's a little more visible when you had them on.
Exactly.
Then they see the tattoos. It's just like, oh, goodness.
Yeah, see what happened is in the clubhouse they had Jordans. When you have them on, they Jordans
or they J's.
They real J's.
Yeah,
they J's. They was Jordans. They were Air Jordans.
Jordan. Hey, so here's a question: like when you talk about all the golfers in the NBA, you got the Vince Carters, you got the Steph Currys, you got the Chris Pauls. Like, I mean, are you talking the most? Like, are you up there to upper echelon?
Yeah, I'm smoking all of them.
I kind of believe that. I mean, you talking your talk. I like it.
Yeah. I mean, I know Steph is good, and I played with him, and he dusted me when I was like trash.
Because you came to American Century one time, right?
Yeah, I came to American Century. Yep. I came to American Century. They never invited me back. I thought I did something wrong.
Yeah. You had the Jordans on.
Man, I had the Jordans on. The air was smelling funky. I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, but what I need to understand. So you play in the NBA. You're 16 years in. You got two rings, and then you say, "I want to go to college." Let's talk about this transition because we always talk about players going from college to the league, never to the league back to college, and now you have eligibility to use. So like, what's it like being J.R. Smith, the student?
Man, it's crazy. I think I'm more busy now than I was when I was playing. Like, obviously, school is school, but it's people look at it like, oh man, it's like is the work hard, or is this like how, like, it's, for me it's the time. Like I gotta spend, like, cause I got ADD, ADHD, dyslexic, so it takes me forever to do assignments and papers and all of this stuff. So it takes me much longer than it takes the average person. But doing that is just like, I get to learn. I get to, like, there's nothing I'm missing. Like I get to relearn it, and I get to learn it on over and over and over again. And I really appreciate that, because the tutor that I have, she specializes in IEPs, and she really takes the time and goes over it with me. And so for me, it's nothing I missed in my classes. So for me, that's the biggest thing. But when I take these classes, bro, it's like, I know it's better than me. I'm not coming from a state of mind where I'm 19, 20 years old. I want to get out of this class. I want to just go have fun with my friends or whatever. I've lived that life to have fun with my friends. I've won championships. I've been to the biggest parties of parties. So the walk in the dorm room, that ain't anyway.
So that party in the common area ain't doing nothing for you.
I ain't trying to go, stomp the yard. I watch y'all do it a little bit, and I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I'm on an accelerated plan than they is. But
yeah, that's fair. Well, what about your teammates? They find out that J.R. Smith is their damn teammate. That had to be like the most lit experience for them, but also probably for you too.
Yeah, man. They really embraced me, man. We got a men's and females team. I get a lot of not tutoring on the golf course from the females as well as the males, and that's the thing people miss in sports. I think in general, you learn so much more from the female players, because they do everything the right way, because they're not trying to hit it 500 yards. They already know they can't, So the swing, the technique, and everything is like so precise. So when I work with them a lot on my short game, and my teammates, man, I think they reap the most benefits, man. They love the tailor-made deals and all of this stuff, and they love having me around too, though. But for the most part, they still call me. Well, they don't call me Freshie no more.
Right.
But I had to buy the Gatorades and all of that. I went through I played my little dude.
Hey, so when we think about, like, kind of backtracking to the education part. When you think about kids setting goals and going back to school, or just really attacking school to be, to be aggressive and understand and have a great career after college, at what point did you realize, like, man, I'm in school and I'm proud of what I did? Like, was it you got your first A? What was the moment like, I am so glad I did this and I'm here and I'm ready to attack this thing with full head of steam?
I think after my first class. It was so much for me. I got an insecurity over I had an insecurity over my disability. So for me, like, I had so much anxiety going into the first day, and how much pressure I was putting on myself. And I'm like, oh man, I don't know if it's gonna be like this or it's like that. How they gonna receive me? Like, it's just gonna look like some rich dude just trying to, whatever. And it's just, and once that first day got over with, it was just refreshing to me, because I was just Earl Smith number whatever freshman graduating 25 whatever. I was like, oh, okay, like I'm just me. All right, cool. And then lo and behold, once they start getting hip to my Twitter feeds and everything else, people started putting it together. But that first day after that, I was cool. I was straight. I was like, all right, I can do this. This is what it is.
All right, what about that first tournament though? Because the class is cool, whatever. We got the books, tutors, and but now you got to take your show on the road now, JR.
Yeah, man. What's crazy? Because I'm sitting on the first tee, right? I'm playing with two other freshmen, one with the Temple and the other one with the Elon, and they looking at me like, oh, like, that's J.R. Smith. That's J.R. Smith. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn. It almost felt like I'm in the pro-am at first. You know what I'm saying? like I'm the celebrity guest over this jump. And For the first T-ball, it wasn't as nerve-wracking as it was until I made because I parred the first hole, then I think I made a double on the second hole, and then the next hole I birdied, and I was like, okay. They was like, okay, this is like he about to start. I'm like, oh, they expect me to like really be like that. Like I started putting so much pressure on myself. I'm like, oh, I'm not like, wait a minute. That was like, I'm about to go out and enjoy birdie every hole now. I don't want you to think that because this ain't that. Then it would after that. But it was fun, man, because I get to like again competing. Once I really channel my energy into how to compete on a golf course compared to the basketball court, you know, it was a different ball game. Because basketball, you speed it up, play harder, get a rebound, do this and that.
Mm-hmm.
It was harder for me to really figure out, slow down.
Yeah.
Just ball in the fairway. Just hit the center of the green. Just smooth swings. Stop pressing and stop forcing it. It's just like, okay, I can do this. Next tournament, first tee box, I make a 9. I'm like, man, I'm done. I'm coming in with so much anticipation, expectations. I'm like, man, I'm about to finish top 15. I'm about to come out here like that. 9. Yeah, well, you fighting for last, baby.
Jay, you make this 9, right? So your whole expectations was completely different. You was like, oh, man, because we've all done it. It ain't like you exempt now. Right. You learning every lesson that we have.
And it's funny when I hear people saying that, it did make me feel better because like when I got into we played 36 that day and I finished the first 18. I'm running into the clubhouse, go to the bathroom. This older guy walks up to me and said, "Listen, don't worry about it. Just play. Just everybody who's competed has done something like that or probably worse. And I got news for you. It's not going to be the first time, and it damn sure ain't going to be the last." I was like, oh, word. Like, man, listen, I'm telling you, I've competed in golf for over 30 years. I make a 9 at least once a year.
Yeah, that happens, and they come out of nowhere too.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, that make me feel a little better. But I'm still watching Rory and these dudes. They ain't making no 9.
Nah, well, sometimes a 6 is their 9.
Right.
But so I have to understand, like, I mean, you're a teammate. You know, you played in the NBA for so many years. You've seen it all. I mean, are you traveling like these guys? Like, are you bunking with these guys in the hotel? Are you like, you know what, dog? I drive my own Benz to the site.
Yeah, man, I'm driving my whip, man.
So you're not on the bus with them at all?
I ain't on the bus. They asked me to be on the bus too, man. Like, yo, man, come on. I said, listen, man, I'm gonna follow y'all in the car behind me. I'll be right behind you. You stop at the rest stop, I'll be right there filling up. I'll be getting snacks with you.
You ain't doing that bus life.
Nah, bro, because people don't realize, bro, HBCUs is not like, it's not no Power 5s. We don't got the resources, all of that. So when people be like, oh, man, you take it from the, no, if anything, I'm helping. Like, you're like, oh, you taking a spot, somebody's spot. No. They need me right now. We need more funds and we need more resources.
Absolutely.
We need everything we can get because we don't have nowhere near, not even the Division 3 schools, let alone Division 1. This Division 3 schools got hitting bays, putting greens,
practice facilities,
like unlimited hours and use to golf courses, range, balls, whatever, clubs, gloves, bags, whatever you need. And for us, it's like I get on the team. I got one dude who's using the bag that would look like 5 years old, look like rats was running through his bag, all types of stuff. I got another dude who got clubs 10 years old. I'm like, we can't keep up. We don't even have the technology we don't even have the equipment of the technology that people use to be able to compete.
All right.
So it's like, all right, hold on. How can I make this change? Like, this something got to flip.
Well, I'm glad because I played golf at Florida A&M and I transferred from the University of Louisville, so I saw both sides of the dynamic, and I think that's one of the things that does make you being on that team so important, JR, is people need to understand the hurdles, not even the hurdle, the nothingness that these cats have, man. Like when I left Louisville, I had balls, clubs, I had everything I needed. When I got to FAMU, it was like, y'all playing with this, we got to make a tee time. We got to make a tee time on a Tuesday to practice. I gotta set a range time. So I appreciate you saying what you said, because there's a lot of players playing in HBCUs that need help, and you that sounding board. So I appreciate that.
But here's my question though. I would like to know, in 3 years from now when you graduate, where would you like to see the North Carolina A&T program be? I mean, you just gave a list of some of the barriers, but after you put your hands on this program, what would you like?
I wanted to be a powerhouse. I wanted to be almost like a cultivation site for young African Americans and minorities to come and give it their best chance at making it on the tour. I wanted to be like our own version of Oklahoma or Stanford or whatever else, whether it be building facilities or getting sponsors, whatever I got to do. That's my goal. Because there's a lot of talent out there, and a lot of kids who have the talent just don't have the resources to actually, achieve their goals. And it's a lot, people. It's funny because like when I come from the professional level, obviously everything's state of the art. You don't, nothing is second fiddle or second to last or whatever. And you come to HBCU, people are like, oh, no, you're just spoiled and you just used to this and used to this. Like, no. This is the bare minimum of what they should be getting. We can't even get uniforms to match. Like, I feel like we the bad news bears. I'm like, why do we have to do all of this for a sport that's already being funded for at a school, And why is our school, if we already quote unquote in the known need and lack of everything, but no donation dollars, there's no way to raise the money, nobody's like, the whole situation it confuses me. Yeah. So I want to simplify it and just try to make it the best that I can while I'm there. Yeah. And
how'd that make you feel when you got there, Jay? Like when you realized, you was hurt. Like I appreciate that. Surprised.
Yeah, that's vulnerable right there. We appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Because when you see like when you see people giving it they all and they just don't have, people who give a damn about them. You know what I'm saying? And it's not. And I felt hurt from not only from watching it firsthand with my team, because my team is one of the quote unquote bigger HBCUs, one of the biggest HBCUs. Yep. So when I go to see, Chicago, the
Howard.
UMES, the Howards, the FAMUs, the Alabama States, and I see all of us struggling together. I'm like, man, like, okay, I want to do this for this school. I want to map out a whole plan. Okay, but what about these kids? We got another 100 and 200 kids over here. How we going to, make it work for everybody?
And that's what makes Steph Curry, what he did with Howard so important, because I'm hoping with that, what he did, it can be replicated throughout HBCUs across the country, because even with what Steph is doing, man, they're just now starting to get some of the needs met through Coach Purrier.
Yeah, 100%. And it's crazy because golf is like a game of mass production when it gets to the equipment of the game.
Okay.
Balls, gloves, bags. They coming out with something every month almost, literally. And I'm not saying, okay, give us the steaks that you don't want, but don't just throw them away.
Right.
You got all these clubs and all this other stuff. All these companies and that's why I really commend TaylorMade, because they really stepped up in sponsoring. I think it's like 5 HBCUs they sponsored this past year, and my man Tony Starks is hoping to grow it to even more.
Shout out to Tony Starks for sure.
Absolutely.
And it's like, bro, it's I don't know. It burns me up, bro. I can go to the store and see all of these balls and bags and everything else just sitting there, and it's gonna be there tomorrow, and it's gonna be there tomorrow, and then in months later, it's like, oh, we're just gonna push this back to the inventory, send it back to the company, tell them what the company do with it. And there's all these kids who love the game, who genuinely love the game, not trying to, just get something for free. They're gonna use what you give them until it ain't no grooves on the wedges or nothing else. They're gonna use them.
No, absolutely. But Jay, like going through this whole process, you play the league, you're the mega star. You come in, you see what you're seeing. What have you learned about yourself through, I guess, this process of playing the league, going to school, being on a team? Like, what have you learned about you through this whole time?
The biggest thing, honestly, the world don't revolve around me. And I've known that for a while, but since I stopped playing, like I was under an assumption almost like everybody watched the NBA. Like everybody watched the finals. Everybody know, like, and I got out of it and I realized people don't watch every game, bro. Like people don't follow you like that. People, you not that big a deal. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then when you go talk to other people who like in those corporate offices and they look at you like, yeah, okay, yeah, and don't move, it's like, oh yeah, I really am like everybody else. Like this ain't that. Especially in the game of golf, like we all know. So it's like, damn, it kind of hit home for me. Like, okay, like I gotta buckle down and like really like figure this out. You know what I'm saying? That's why I feel like I take my schoolwork so serious, because it ain't gonna be in a minute. Like, I'm planning on getting my doctorate. So in a minute, ain't nothing you gonna be able to tell me why you can't do this X, Y, and Z, and why this can't get done.
Is that exclusive?
I haven't read that yet.
Yeah, is that exclusive?
Sure. Yeah, you can get that. I'm getting mine for real.
Ooh, I love that.
I'm on a plan where ain't nothing gonna stop me, because I know my goal. I know my purpose. My purpose ain't about me no more. It's about everybody else who looks like me coming after me.
Hey, you giving me chills, cuz.
I know. I just got them too. Like that shit was like an email. Like it shit came and got all of us.
That was the Holy Spirit a little bit.
Yeah, I call it. We're about to start speaking in tongues. All right, Jay. Look, we let everybody out of here the same way. You are not exempt. We call it Rap Foursome right here on Beyond the Fairway podcast, presented by Genesis. You're gonna go play golf with 4 rappers. I don't care if they're dead or alive. If they play golf or don't play golf, you're gonna play a 5-ball. We want to know who you pulling up to the course with.
Well, 4 rappers?
4 rappers. This is probably my favorite rap foursome, Will.
Yeah, exactly. I can tell where you took the question.
I know. I'm excited.
You Gaylord Fokker.
I'm glad there's an edit button.
I'm going to go with Hove.
Fair.
Lil Wayne. Scarface, because I know Scarface can go.
Yes,
he can play too.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I know he can rap, obviously, but I know he can play. I gotta have at least one person who know what they doing. And probably I might take Schoolboy.
Okay, all right, we got 2 golfers in there. We got to get Hove out to the golf course. That's what I need.
Lefty swing, man. I want to see that.
JR, we appreciate what you do for the game. We appreciate you being a voice, too. I think that's probably extremely understated, because we golf needs you. We need you to be who you are authentically and love the game how you do. So from the bottom of my heart, we appreciate you coming in here, going Beyond the Fairway, and we gotta play. Because I saw you with Bryce Butler, and that pissed me off.
It did. That hurt a little bit, bro.
Because Bryce ain't there. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't saying no names as it relates to his ability. No. I'm talking about his ability. I'm kidding. Bryce is actually all right, and he's gotten better. But we need you to come out here with us, and we might show you some different situations. But hey, JR, we appreciate you, man. All the best to you. We'll holler at you.
Appreciate y'all, man.
All right, bro. Appreciate it, man. Blessings, man.
Beyond the Fairway is presented by Genesis Motor America and the first ever GV70. Dynamic design and exhilarating performance make the game your own. Well, it goes without saying, JR made this damn game his own, man.
He made it. He owned it. I mean, I really appreciate his authenticity. This conversation, man. I felt like, man, he got a little vulnerable.
He got real.
Real.
It was a very real conversation
right.
with JR.
Absolutely.
Talked about going to the HBCUs and making an honor roll. No offense, I ain't want to call him out, but I don't see J.R. Smith making the honor roll.
You wrong for that.
It just didn't match.
You wrong for that.
No, you shouldn't judge a book. I did.
You judged a book.
I apologize,
oh,
man.
my
Damn,
gosh.
Will's thinking the same. I just said it.
I'm the only one who can say something like that. You can't.
I know. I can't back out of that. But what I appreciated was how important it was to JR to leverage his platform and go to an HBCU there in North Carolina A&T. Even though I went to FAMU, so I really don't care that he should have went somewhere different anyways. Another topic for another day. But it matters to a guy like me who knows the difference between playing golf at a power school versus a HBCU.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things that I really love about that conversation, it kind of piggybacking off the vulnerability. It's okay to be dyslexic and ADHD. It's okay. It's okay if you. It's okay. And I just love the fact that he kind of shared that with us, because I don't believe he shared that with any other podcast.
Or news outlet.
Or news outlet.
Publication.
Or media.
That's
anything.
Exclusive. We got a lot of exclusives here on Beyond the
Absolutely.
Fairway. That's why we do it, and that's why it's presented by Genesis. Time now for Make the Game Your Own, presented by Genesis, and we are joined by, again, one of my favorite people within golf, Kenyatta Ramsey of the PGA Tour. We're talking about, what are we talking about, Kenyatta?
We're talking about making golf your thing.
And why is it so important that the industry get behind making golf your thing?
I think this is the best thing I think about make golf your thing is that it's something that the entire industry is getting behind. Like you said, Doug, it's not a PGA Tour owned or a PGA America owned initiative. It is how we can all work together to really take advantage of the recent positive impact that golf has had, and the new fans that we have been having and the new fans that we want to get.
I love the fact that how the industry is coming together. Speak to some of the partners that you guys are partnered with.
Well, I think we are partnering with everyone, and I think with the USGA, I think ultimately this is what we're trying to do. We have the privilege of understanding what the industry of golf can provide, whether it's inside the ropes, outside the ropes, career opportunities. And I think we want to make sure that everybody else understands that you can make golf your thing. It doesn't have to be playing. It could be working. It could be your passion. It could be your volunteerism. I think it's how can we continue to educate about the opportunities for it is for anyone to make golf their thing and their passion in being involved.
I enjoy how important this is to the industry, because we just mentioned it. Everybody from PGA Tour, PGA of America, USGA, LPGA, the Augusta National, everybody, the OEMs, manufacturers, the grip company, everybody is involved in this, and I really appreciate that effort, because this is our thing. Golf is my thing, and I hope people kind of make it theirs.
I think that's the truth, man. I think you guys are a shining example of like a different way that you can make golf your thing. You can make it your career, and that's what you all are doing. You're taking, obviously, you still play competitively, but you have that skill and that opportunity that golf provided to be able to chase another passion of yours. That's what we want to make sure that everybody understands, that we can engage in that way.
Absolutely. Go
ahead, Will.
Well, first and foremost, we thank you for joining us today, and giving us an inside look of, some of the vertical you guys are trying to accomplish and you're going to achieve. Sure. And obviously, Doug and I are.
Oh, we got Emmett Smith just coming up behind us.
E. Smith, okay. Smith, making the game your own.
Make golf your thing.
Just walk by.
He making golf his thing. He making golf his thing with them. Do you see them sneaks?
Yeah,
he got something special on his feet.
Exactly.
We'll take some pictures and have that.
The way that he walked behind it would remind me of the holes that he ran through in 1993. The holes, as far as the gaping holes from the linemen.
All right, Will. So, Kenyatta, this might be conflict of interest for you, though, Kenyatta. I don't know if you can actually, make a pick this week. It is the 150th Open Championship at St. Andrews. Yeah. A lot of star power in the field. Now, Will and I are going to get to our picks, but we want to start with you. Who you got this week taking home the Claret Jug?
It is like you said, it's a special year. It's always a special year when you go back to the old course. It's nothing like it. I'm going to go with somebody who's probably familiar with how the lay of the land is over there, and I think he's been trending well, and I'm going to go with Rory McIlroy.
Oh, all right. Well, you want to go? You want me to go? What you want?
I think I'm gonna. It's a far stretch, but I think I might go with Tiger. We
Eldrick?
Man, we saw what he did in Masters on the way back, and this is a flatter course. I think he's with us.
All right, flat course.
He can play that stinger.
Exactly.
I don't know if he got that shot anymore. I'll just be honest with you. I don't know if he can move like he can use. He might hit that shot with a driver now, versus hitting that 2-iron. Because at his age now and speed, I don't know if he can have that 2-iron in the back. He might have a hybrid there this week. I'm going with former world number 1 Jon Rahm this year. I think he's been trending, already a winner, and I think he's got a lot to prove. So I'm going Jon Rahm. So McIlroy, Tiger, and Jon Rahm, all star-studded picks this week. Who are your picks? Let us know. Follow us on our social handles. Let us know who you got. I kind of want to know what's happening. But IG, Beyond the Fairway, thank you so much to Genesis, of course. Kenyatta Ramsey, the PGA Tour, stepping in here, going Beyond the Fairway for just a minute. You didn't go beyond the fairway, but you kind of straddled the line.
I went to the left-hand side.
That's fine.
You didn't go beyond 2 minutes.
Y'all busy.
As you can see, Will is on one, so we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. But thank you, as always, for watching Beyond the Fairway. Get it wherever you listen to your podcast, and we'll be back next week. We got a lot of content to be back with, so we'll holler at y'all.